It started in the school when we were attacked by a bomb, and then we didn't have any school anymore. In 2014, the war started, and that's why we had to flee from Syria to Germany, while my dad tried to escape from Syria through different countries, Bulgaria, Turkey, so he can come to Germany. In Syria, if you look outside, everywhere is destroyed, and you're always scared of something, of people. And when I arrived here, I felt very comfortable, to be honest, because I knew now I'm safe. But Germany always sounds good for everybody. When you say Germany, it's always beautiful because of the education, and there are different points. Germany is the country of education, the country of possibility.
And why do you not want to learn German language? You are in Germany.
It's an unspoken rule, so if you have somebody who speaks German and somebody who only speaks English, you will probably take the one who speaks, because we live in Germany. This is the point. It was not easy to learn the language. Germany is a beautiful language, but it's a very, very hard language. But if you take your time and take responsibility, it's possible to learn it. Trust me, if you want to be part of them, if you want to be a German speaker, they will help you. Even if your financial situation is not good, they will try to find a way to help you, because they know you want to be part of them. You want to learn their language and try to fit in. That's why they will help you, 100%. Can I be honest? The first shock I saw was on the airport. When I landed, I was shocked. So 2 men were kissing. I was shocked, really. Wer würde am längsten an deinem Grab stehen? Wären es die Leute, denen du hinterherläufst?
Wow. Yeah. Now, if you can translate it.
Yeah, I can translate. It's like, who would stand on your grave? Are these people who you're running after? In German it sounds better, in Arabic even better. So
say it in Arabic as well, man.
Well, no, I can't do this.
And then it is like another passionate thing about love. And he has never been in love himself. Is that true?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. And after 2 weeks, he came to me and said, "Amazing. We should publish it. This is amazing what you wrote." He told me, "Let's make this famous. Let's make you famous."
It's like, if they read this book, they will know about what kind of background you come from, what was the story behind it.
Because I'm not only standing for my story, I'm also standing for other people. I'm standing for people who died. I'm standing for people who does not have a chance to speak up, because they're still in war, they're still in bad places.
There's schooling, and then there's diploma, then there's bachelor's, and then there's master's. But Germany has so many other options, like we were talking about Ausbildung, Dualstudium and stuff like that.
In Ausbildung, you get money, you work with a company, and the most of companies hire you later, because you already worked for them and they know how you work and they know you as a person. That's why you will get a job. It's a guarantee. If the people are interested to come here to Germany, nothing can stop you. So you can come over. Just, you will get chances. You won't be stopped by anyone.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the new episode of East Germany podcast, PRI Panchayat. Today we have a special guest with us, Roni Mouselli. He is a very young boy who has already written 2 books. He started his journey towards Germany as a refugee who came seeking refuge from the wars in Syria. He came to Germany years ago with his family. Since then, he has proven himself by integrating into the German culture, learning the language as fluently as native speakers. He has also written 2 books. He now sometimes reads his books to students and young children in schools and different places. He is not just an inspiration to all the refugees, but also to international students, showing them how they can improve their lives here in Germany. In this episode, he has shared his tips and tricks through his life that he has had as a refugee in Germany. It's not just crucial for refugees, but also for international students. because we have talked about a foreigner coming to Germany and how they can make the best out of their lives. We have also talked about many other crucial topics such as discrimination in Germany, or maybe how to improve your German language. We have also talked about the education system here in Germany, which includes bachelor's, your schooling system, Abitur, Ausbildung. We've tried to break it down how the life here in Germany is for an international from a perspective of a student, from a perspective of a young boy or a young kid who's looking forward to coming to Germany. This episode also helps families who are already here in Germany when they look forward to teach their children and bring up their children here in Germany. There are a lot of technical stuff that we have also tried to cover. I hope you like this podcast. Please enjoy it and have a nice day. Roni, we met at the gym. We were working out together, yeah? And then we were talking, and then you told me that you wrote a book, and then we got to some more talking, and then we found out all about your background. Without further ado, I'd like you to just tell me how was your journey from here, and how did you come to Germany, and what happened in your childhood?
Yeah, that's right. We met at the gym.
Yeah.
I worked there and we trained also together. I was born in Syria, like you said, so I'm Kurdish from Syria. And in 2014, the war started, and that's why we had to flee from Syria to Germany. I spent some years during the war, and so had to make bad experiences there. And 2015 we came to Germany, so 10 years ago. When I came to Germany, I must have been 9. Now I'm 19, so it's 10 years. And this is my journey. And like you said, I wrote a book about this journey and tried to share my experiences about my childhood.
Yeah. So please tell us, like, how was the journey from Syria to Germany? Like, what happened? What were the difficulties you faced in your childhood?
Yes.
All these things that you wrote in your book about. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, it started in the school when we were attacked by a bomb, and then we didn't have any school anymore and had to stay at home. Then we had to make a decision to come to another country. We didn't know if we want to go to Germany or Netherlands, but Germany always sounds good for everybody. When you say Germany, it's always beautiful because of the education, and there are different points. And then we had to spend 1 year, me, my mother and sister, in Syria, while my dad tried to escape from Syria through different countries, Bulgaria, Turkey, so he can come to Germany. And when he arrived in Germany, he applied for Einbürgerung. It's like permission to take your children from Syria to Germany without them trying to escape. So it was legal. We arrived legal to Germany by a flight. So we flew from Turkey, I remember, to Germany and landed in Kiel airport. And then I was finally in Germany. And my childhood, like I said, I didn't visit the school. I was in the first grade. And after this, what happened to Syria, I tried to stay at home and tried to prepare myself for Germany, because I knew I have to be part of the new society, be part of a new life. And that's why I ordered some books, not from Amazon, or we ordered it from Turkey, so I can try to start my new life and try to learn the new language. And it was not easy to learn the language. Germany is a beautiful language, but it's a very, very hard language. But if you take your time and take responsibility, it's possible to learn it. And I knew I'm young now and I have a big future. I want to reach something. That's why I tried to prepare for Germany and learn the language, try to look up how are Germans? How is my life going to be in Germany? What should I take care of? What shouldn't I do? What should I do? And there are points, because Syria and Germany, this is a difference. This is a big difference. And if you're a child, you can try to be part of Germany, and while growing up, you will be a good citizen.
Yeah, man, like this is something, because it's very interesting that we are sitting here, because you come to Germany from a refugee background and I come to Germany from a studio background for studies.
Yes.
And it's almost like a complete different journeys that we took here coming to Germany.
That's right.
Like you were speaking about how you prepared yourself before coming to Germany. I would like to know more about these things. Like, if I can understand correctly, you were for 1 year in Turkey before coming to Germany?
That's right.
And then that's when you started your preparation?
Right. Like I said, I knew it's going to be Germany because my dad arrived and we had to wait for the papers to be done. So we had to wait, and I thought I can.
But like, was this thought your own? Like, I have to move to Germany, so I should prepare myself for the new culture and the language? Or was it like mandatory legally for you to learn all of this so that you can come to Germany?
To be honest, I try to focus on myself, on education. I knew when I'm leaving my country, I have to reach something. And we always said in Germany, and maybe it's in India also, Germany is the country of education, the country of possibilities, because there are so many possibilities. And I had to prove myself, for me and for my family, that even if I'm a migrant, I want to reach something. And this was my thought when I was 9, 10. And like you said, we have two different backgrounds. But I think we have maybe the same mindset. We want both to reach something. I flew from the war, you want a better education. And we both try to be part of this city.
Especially for the students who we help here coming to Germany, we tell them very specifically that when you come to Germany, being part of the new culture, learning how to integrate yourself into this culture is really, really important. And that starts with the very first step of learning the language. Because if you want to be a part of a culture, you should know how to communicate with the community, be a part of the society. So you just told me that you bought some books and then you started learning about the culture. How was it when you first arrived in Germany? How did you find it? Like, was it just like how it was explained in the books, or was it completely surprising for you?
It was surprising. So when I arrived, it was a new world, to be honest. I saw my dad after 1 year, and it was very emotional for us. And then when we left the airport, I tried to look outside the window when we were driving with the taxi, and I just had good feelings. And in Syria, if you look outside, everywhere is destroyed, and you're always scared of something, of people. And when I arrived here, I felt very comfortable, to be honest, because I knew now I'm safe, and now I can start my plan, my education, my life.
Wow, man. I also remember very distinctly the first time I arrived in Germany. So the flight landed somewhere around 6:30 in the evening.
Yes.
And it was November, so it was already very dark.
Yes.
And I did not know, it was my first time here. I had no one to guide me through the journey, so it was all my own research.
Yeah.
So when I came to Germany, it was completely my own research. I had no friends, no family, somebody to guide me. So I planned my whole night journey. So from Frankfurt to Lemgo, where we are now, I traveled the whole night with suitcases, like very heavy suitcases, and I was alone, no friend, nothing.
Yes, yes.
And I remember when I finally arrived here in Bielefeld and I had to take the train to Lemgo, that's when I saw in my life for the first time snowfall.
Oh, okay.
And that was also the first snowfall of the season for Germany. So I very distinctly remember how the first night was for me in Germany. And as you also said, it's completely different from our countries where we come from. But it's nice. And so when you came here, then did you immediately start going to school? Had your father prepared everything for you, or how was it?
Right. When I arrived, we stayed for 2 weeks in Kiel. Then we moved to Bielefeld. We had family here, and they prepared everything for me, so I can just join the school. And I can remember my first day in the school. It was a mixed feeling, because I was very uncomfortable because of the people and how will they react when they see me. And when I came to Germany, like I said, 2014, it was the migration wave, so there were a lot of migration, especially from Syria. And I joined a class and found friends. And 2 weeks later, I also signed for a soccer club, so I can find friends, and I try to be part of them, so I can learn the language, can learn more about them. And most of the friends I knew from 10 years ago, we are still friends and talk to other. And
Now tell me, like, you were young, I don't know how much of the German language you learned for 1 year in Turkey, but was it very difficult for you to communicate, be part of the society, or how was it? Or for the kids, when you were very young, it's completely easy, everyone is accepting.
Yes.
I'll tell you why I'm asking this, because many people of our age who move to Germany for their studies, like usually for masters or their jobs, they're very reluctant to make new friends because they do not know how to communicate, or there's a cultural difference also. The main mistake they make is do not learn about the culture when they're in their home countries. I mean, I know for a fact through research also, if you prepare yourself in your home countries, you learn about the culture, you learn their ways, it's more easier on you when you finally come here and try to speak, make new friends, be part of the society. How was it for you, and what were the things that worked out?
Yeah, it is better to learn by speaking to people, not only reading and trying to stay at home and trying to watch videos in German. It's better just to go outside and meet people. And like I said, I try to go outside and just talk to them. Not in my language, I tried to speak, and then they found out I'm not a German speaker. That's why we try to communicate slow and mostly in English. Our English was not perfect, but we tried to understand each other. And when we played football has no language. We only played, and then time by time I tried to understand them. When they were speaking to each other, I just sat there and watched them and tried to understand them. What are they talking about? And then later, when I didn't know a word, I just went home and tried to look up what did they mean. Okay, this is the word. And step by step, the language was pretty easy for me. And I think I was very young. I was 10. And it's easier to learn language when you're young, but it's not impossible if you're older, and if you want to study here, it's possible. So just go out. 1 year is enough to learn the language, so you can speak in your days. That's enough.
And it's commonly very famous on internet, or let's say meme-wise, that German people are very reluctant to communicate. Is it true? Let's hear it from you. How was it for you when you first came? Were they open? Were they friendly with you?
To be honest, yes. My teacher offered me to stay longer with her, so we can just practice some German every day for 30 minutes. She was German, and it was a good chance for me. So I always stayed, and she explained everything for me. Did you understand this? Mostly in German, of course, but slow and kindly, nicely. She explained everything, and there are people who you shouldn't talk with, or who don't want to talk with you, but the most of them, you can just speak with them. We are people. We love to communicate.
I mean, for me also, it was completely different. I mean, I had seen things on internet on how, it's really hard to make friends in Germany, how difficult it is to be a part of the community. I don't know why it is, but it was completely different for me also. It was very easy to make friends. They were really open to new people from different backgrounds. They're really welcoming. And especially after I've also learned the language, and I've noticed this, if I can communicate in German, they're really happy, and they're more eager to be friends with you. And, they're happy, okay, somebody can speak my language. Yeah, it's like they see us making efforts, so they reply back 10 times more.
It's also a sign of respect to try to fit in, because if I don't fit in and always speak in my own language with my friends because we are Arabic or we are Kurdish, it's not easy.
Yeah.
That's why there are people who still can't speak German.
Yeah, this is similar for us also, like even people who come here for their masters or bachelors. Sometimes I see in the classroom there's a group of people who come from the same country or same cultural background. They all sit together and there are like subgroups, and which shouldn't be there when you are part of a classroom or a learning group. You should all mix with each other because all of you are here for learning.
That's right.
Yeah. So when you did your school, you also were simultaneously learning German, yeah?
Right. So I joined the 3rd class, like I said, and then I kept going. This is in Germany called Grundschule, so basic school, until 4th grade. Then I went to a Realschule. This is like,
okay, so before we go there, can you please once take a few steps and explain the schooling system here in Germany, because it's different from us.
That's right,
Let's say for India, it's like you study the general studies till 10th grade, and then for 11th and 12th, you get to choose based on your grades if you want to pursue sciences or your businesses or some art fields like history or some other stuff. So how is the education system here?
It's similar. So like I said, you go to a Grundschule, it's until 4th grade.
Okay.
Then you start in a regular primary school, I think it's called. You decide between Hauptschule, Realschule or Gesamtschule. Gesamt is called general. So there is between 5th class and 12th class. You can also do your Abitur. This is the college, I think. Then there is the Realschule. It's only until the 10th class. And the Gymnasium is also for you to make Abitur. So you can start from the 5th grade to 12th grade to make the primary normal school until 10th. But you can keep going with Abitur.
It's schooling, and then there's diploma, then there's bachelor's, and then there's master's. But Germany has so many other options, like we were talking about Ausbildung, Dualstudium, and stuff like that.
That's right. So if you want to study, you need a bachelor and later a master, you should do Abitur. This is the only way to study.
So for bachelor's, doing your bachelor's here in Germany, if you're already in school in Germany, you must do your Abitur here.
That's right. You should do your Abitur, otherwise you can start Ausbildung.
An Ausbildung. So tell me about this. Like nowadays, it's really famous even for international students. Like what is Ausbildung? What is, like, people usually don't know about this because it's not so famous in other countries. So tell me what Ausbildung is.
Ausbildung is like you visit a school, but you also work for a company. For example, if you want to be a mechanic, you can visit the school for mechanics, and then this is mostly 3 years. Then you learn everything about this job, only this job. You have different subjects surrounded by this for the job you need later, and then you also work for a company where you can you work with your own hands to experience things and learn things better.
Okay, so it's like from what I understand. For Ausbildung, it's like a job security, because let's say I'm already sure that I want to be, let's say, a doctor in the future. So I study for doctors and I also work for the occupation of a doctor. So it's like I'm also working and studying simultaneously.
That's right.
So I have a surety at the end of this degree, I will have a job. And in specifically this field, because usually when you do your bachelor's, you don't know where I will work, what kind of job will I get. But with Ausbildung, you are specifically already set for a job.
Not only for a job, but for the area. So it's possible to do some certifications. So you visit a school for 6 months, for example, to do another job. But the area stays the same. So if you do something in medicine, you should be in medicine.
Ah, okay, perfect. And how is it different from bachelor's? Is it like the same level as bachelor's, or how is it?
Yeah, bachelor is mostly also 3 years, 6 semesters. A bachelor, the problem is you only visit the university, so you don't collect experiences. In Ausbildung, you get money, you work with a company, and the most of companies hire you later because you already worked for them and they know how you work and they know you as a person. That's why you will get a job. It's a guarantee.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So then why would somebody choose bachelor's if you have job security in Ausbildung? Why would they go for a bachelor's?
It's for people who are really interested in something. Maybe, for example, I'm interested in aviation. So there is Ausbildung for aviation. But I want to learn something. I want to go deeper for my knowledge. I want to know more about aviation, and that's why I would like to study aircraft engineering. And this is also a bachelor. There is another it's also possible to make an Ausbildung, but I want to go deeper so I can collect knowledge.
Oh, okay. And let's say for Indian students, it's like they do their schooling wherever they are, and then they move either for bachelor's or for master's abroad to different countries. For Germany specifically, as we were talking about, Germany needs at least 13 years of education before you can do your master's, before you can do your bachelor's.
Yeah.
So it's like if you are already a student here in Germany, it's like 10 years you study in school.
You have
and
to,
then,
right?
Yeah, 3 years you do your Abitur, and then you can go for your bachelor's.
That's right.
Yeah.
There are other ways. If you completed the Ausbildung is also 3 years.
Yeah.
And if you worked in this job for 3 years, so 6 years, you can also do your bachelor's.
So it's, but again, as we said, education-wise, it's like 13 years you must study.
Yeah.
So usually for students from India who ask us about bachelor's,
Okay.
we tell them that you've done your 12 years of schooling at your school. Now either you do 1 year of bachelor's in the field of study,
Okay.
and then you come to Germany. So you don't have to finish your degrees there, but then you can come here. Or else there's this course, preparatory course that you do. It's called Studentkolleg.
Okay.
You do that. It's like a preparatory course where you study for that specific field, what you want to study in Germany. That's counted as 1 year extra, like the 13th year of education, like 12 years schooling, then 1 year preparatory course, 13 years are done, and then you can come here for your bachelor's.
Okay.
The more easier way for international students is come here directly for their masters, because in masters we also have many more opportunities of being learned in German, in English also.
That's right. The most masters I know are in English.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's really advisable specifically for international students if they want to study in Germany, come for your masters. It's more easy.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, I would also like to know, like, which are the trending fields of study here in Germany? Like, is there a specific field that's really required? Like, usually worldwide, Germany is known for its engineers. So it's like engineering sector is really in trend. Is it true, or are there jobs available or opportunities in every field?
So you have different fields, like you said, that's right. For the Abitur, for example, you don't have a specific subject. You have, that's why it's called allgemein, so it's general for everybody, so there are all subjects you could need later for your university. But if you want to do the bachelor, that's right, you have to choose something, for example, aircraft engineering, and then if you want to do your master later, you can decide between different areas. So if you do your Abitur, you should know which area you want to do later. So if you're bad in German and bad in languages, you shouldn't study something with languages. If you're good in math, then engineering is a good idea.
Yeah. And what are the benefits that as a student you will get in Germany that you might not get in other countries?
I think it's the support. So I felt it by myself when I came here. The support was huge. I got supported by teachers, by students, and they also paid for my after classes, so I could stay longer and take some extra lessons to learn the language. And now I'm doing currently my Abitur, so Allgemeine Hochschulreife, so I can study later. We get a lot of support. So if you have questions about any universities, they take us to the university and show everything we want. And they pay, they pay, like I said, for workers who come to us, who works in the university, and try to give us information about the bachelor, about the university, and tell us which ways we have, so we can choose by ourselves. but the support is very, very big.
Yeah, especially for me also while studying my master's in entrepreneurship here at the THOVL. The number of opportunities that were brought to us from the university itself, from the network, from the department itself, it was crazy. Like the number of scholarships that were offered to us. There were opportunities USA and different countries. There are exchange programs, like especially for students. I don't know if it's for bachelors also, but for master students, we have the semester exchange or semester abroad program. Many students, they go to Sweden or other countries, and then they study one semester from the similar background of education in that country, and then they come back, and this is all sponsored. So students, usually for public universities, the education is already free, but if you still want to move abroad to different country and study also, it's sponsored. So it's like these kind of stuff, when you think about education in Germany, it's like really mind-blowing.
It's very, very mind-blowing. Like I said, I'm personally interested in aircraft engineering, and the last 2 semesters you can choose between London and Bristol. You can do your last 2 semesters in Bristol in Great Britain.
Wow, man.
And they will pay everything. So this is amazing. So I can collect experiences, improve my English there, and just meet new people, and this is a great opportunity.
Awesome, man. I think we've covered everything about education. Now, tell me about the job sectors here in Germany. Like, have you thought about getting a job, or do you know things about the job sector? Are people like easily getting jobs here in Germany?
So if you have a bachelor or Ausbildung or even a master, your chances are very high. So the master, you can get any job. You should apply for the jobs, and there are different areas. So if you're interested in engineering, you can work in car production, you can work in aircraft production. There are different ways. So if you have a bachelor in laws, for example, you can do different things. You can do, for example, certifications for some weeks or months, and then you can work, for example, as something else. So there are different ways. It's not only if you have Ausbildung in something in medicine. You don't need to stay in medicine. You can go to medical technologies, for example. Then you have to do like the certification, and they also pay for the certification. So
wow, that's amazing. Also, like, let me ask you this burning hot question: like, can you find a job if you don't know the language? Can you find a job in English, or is it like if you don't have the German language proficiency, if you can't speak German?
Okay.
Is it easy for you to find a job here in Germany?
It is, yeah. The most you can just go online and just write down what you have. For example, something with medicine technologies, you can just write down, and then you will also get everything in English. So the most companies try to write in German, of course, but they try also to write in English, so everybody have access for this job.
Yeah.
And they're looking for people from other countries. They want this.
I 100% like, especially even last year in October 2024, Germany signed a deal with India also. They want more people from India to come to Germany for their work market, because this is called Fachkraftmangel. They have shortage of skilled workers here in Germany, so they are looking for more and more people from other international countries.
That's right.
But there is a prerequisite. They must learn the German language. So I'll tell you why I asked you this question. Because I see many international students who are here in Germany, been here for a couple of years or even more than that. They still have not found a job. Because let's say for a German employer, if I have 2 candidates coming up to me, one can speak German, one cannot, who do you think I will hire?
The German.
Yeah, the German one. And that's why I say to all the students, to all the clients coming to Germany, like, think of it as an advanced skill that you have. Like, let's say it's a threshold. If you break this barrier, the German job market is open for you. And why do you not want to learn German language? You are in Germany.
It's an unspoken rule. So if you have somebody who speaks German and somebody who only speaks English, you will probably take the one who speaks, because we live in Germany. This is the point. And learning the language, I mean, it takes not more than 1 year, maybe 2 years, then you're perfect, and you can work everywhere you want. If you're also English speaker, this is only
Yeah, I mean,
grounds for you.
if you already know English, you did your masters in English. And
Yes.
let's say for a student, especially coming for their masters,
Mhm.
they have 2 years of time while their masters. Somebody even extended for 3 years, maybe. But that's enough time to learn the German language.
Of course,
And
you
I
can-
think simultaneously with your masters, you can easily learn the German language. So by the end of your studies, you have your masters, you are skilled now, and if you learn the language, you're proficient in German. You're golden for the job market now here in Germany. Everyone will be happy to hire you.
100%. You have two languages,
Yeah.
German and English, and
Yeah.
it's not hard really. If you're doing your master, you can visit courses. It's free for you. Everything is free, so you can do it online. You can just hang out with your friends from the master from the university and tell them, hey, I want to learn Germany. Can you just take me with you? I want to go with you. You go outside and then you meet new people, and step by step, week by week, you will learn German.
Yeah. We also advise like it's always good if you go and learn the language with somebody professional, like a professional German teacher, some professional German language school, because they know how the process should be. So
Right.
they will make a design for you. And I think almost every university will have a language program at their campus. So as soon
Of
as
course.
you register yourself, you start your studies, you can easily go contact your office at the university, and they'll get you in touch with a language school or maybe within the university itself.
They could also help you if there is no program for
Yeah.
not German speaker. They will help you to get contact with schools where you can get support. That's right. And like I said, it's completely free for you.
Yeah.
You just speak to them. Hey, I want to learn German. Can you look for me? Where can I do it? Where is the school? How do I apply for it? And then they will help you.
Yeah. And especially for people coming from the refugee background, like we
Yeah.
have the Bielefeld pass or stuff like that, even the government, they support you financially also,
Yes.
finding everything.
Yes.
I don't know if it's completely free for students, because I had to pay for my German classes. I learned in Volkshochschule Bielefeld.
Okay.
And there I had to pay. But especially for people from the refugee background, or if you are financially not good, there are some financial aids, some NGOs that can help you, and maybe even this state office like Rathaus or something, they can also sponsor all of this for you.
And trust me, if you want to be part of them, if you want to be a German speaker, they will help you. Even if your financial situation is not good,
Yeah.
they will try to find a way to help you, because they know you want to be part of them. You want to learn their language
Yeah.
and try to fit
Yeah.
in. That's why they will help you 100%.
So Ronnie, tell me, man, when you first came to Germany, what were the cultural differences that you noticed? Like, especially we have talked on the show a lot many times about from an Indian's perspective.
Yes.
What are the cultural shocks very different in Germany? What was it for you?
Can I be honest? The first shock I
100%,
saw
man.
was on the airport when I landed. I was shocked. So two men were kissing. I was shocked, really.
Yeah.
We went outside, and then we saw two men going tighter, and they kissed. And I was like, "What is this?" I looked at my dad. He said, "This is normal. You're in Germany. This is completely normal." And then after that, there are differences, of course, but there are also similarities. So my culture is my culture, but I have to try to let them live. I don't want to change their culture. I don't want to change their mindset. I'm trying to keep my mindset, my culture for me, for myself, and I respect them. And when they respect me, I don't have a problem.
Yeah, this was this one line that you wrote also in your book that we were also talking about, that specifically, I think you can say it better, but it's like, when you move to a different country, when you migrate, you don't have to forget your own culture or what things are good and happy for you, but you also have to try to learn what things are good for these people, what's the new culture.
That's right. So I didn't forget my culture. I didn't forget my religion, my family, my manners. I tried to transport it to Germany. So when I came, I knew I will stay the same person, even if I'm in German culture, in German society. And what they do, it doesn't matter. So they can do it. If they respect me, I respect them. So I don't have any problems. If two men are kissing, it's the reality. So it's
Yeah.
shocking, of course, for the first time seeing this, but it's normal now. So when I see, I just don't look at them because they're living their life and I'm living my life. And we are guests here in Germany, to be honest. I grew up in Germany. My language is almost as perfect. German native speaker. I can speak better German than my own mother language because I grew up here. And now I can't say, I forgot my culture. No, my culture is still inside me, my religion, my mindset. But I'm trying to be for myself, and everybody can do it too.
Yeah. What are your let's say, what were your tricks and tips that you would like to share for international students while learning specifically the German culture?
It's interesting, to be honest. So learning about a new culture, it's interesting, especially when you live in this culture. You might see something you don't understand, then you learn it. So you can ask a friend, hey, they did this and this, what does it mean? And it's interesting to experience these things, these situations, because then you will grow up and see people from other eyes.
Yeah, and also Germany is very liberal. These people are very open-minded. They are very, welcoming. So, and especially also when I came here, I also saw that okay, they have their own norms, they have their own culture, but they're very accepting of other cultures also. They took their time, to integrate. And it's also our responsibility. Like we were talking about, you have to have the respect for your own and for other people also. Mm-hmm. And then with this mutual respect and mutual understanding, it's very easy to be here in Germany.
It is. If you like I said, respectful with them, they will treat you good. So in the beginning, I remember I didn't speak good German, and I did many bad experiences, to be honest, when I was outside, when somebody asked me something and I didn't know how to answer, and they were like shocked because they saw me, a young boy who doesn't speak the language. It's not good. And time by time, when I learned the language, I'm feeling more comfortable, to be honest. If somebody asks me something, I can help. If they have a question, especially old people, I help them. And if they see I can speak their language, I'm part of them, they're accepting me.
Yeah, that's really nice. Now, tell me about your author journey, man. How does it come to you, okay, I want to write something about this? Because coming from Syria, you have to concentrate on being part of Germany, learn the language, be good at school, focus on your grades, because as we were talking about, you're a passionate guy, you want to prove yourself, and looking forward to a better future. How do you think that, okay, wait, hold on a second, this is another language for me, but I would write a book explaining my story in their language? How did this journey come?
I started when I was 15, it's 4 years ago. I remember we had Corona lockdown, so I were at home. I was at home. I had enough time, to be honest. No gym, nothing. I didn't want to spend my time on the PlayStation always. I thought maybe I can do something where I can maybe help people, reach people, and tell people my story in their language. Then I started to write it on my phone. And step by step, I tried to make a structure so I can publish the book. I didn't want to publish it for everybody, so in public. I just wanted for me, for my friends, for my family, just to show them, hey, this is my story. And I didn't know that it's going to be like a famous book. I call myself not an author. I think I'm just a normal writer. This is my hobby. And I like to write in their language because, like I said, I love the German language. You have so many possibilities, so many nice sayings. And then I took almost 2 years to write it, so it was not easy. And then I remember I looked so many words up. It was a therapy for me to write about my past. And then I just told it my teacher, told him I wrote a book, and he was, what, you wrote a book? I said to him, yes, can you help me, baby? Can you please read it once? If there are any mistakes, can you please help me? He was, yeah, of course I can help you. and he read it. And after 2 weeks, he came to me and said, "Amazing! We should publish it. This is amazing what you wrote." And I was like, "Really?" I was very unsure, to be honest, because it was my first time writing, and it was a nice experience when he told me, "Hey, I like you writing. I like your story. I like the way how you write, the way how you explain things." And I was very happy, very glad that I made this book, and then I thought maybe I should publish it and make it in the public. So
perfect. So this is the book, yeah?
That's right.
That's the first book that you wrote.
The first book.
And
yes.
Dude, I read this book. I'm not a big book reader, but one thing that I know about books is that when you read something, you get lost into that story. It's like the way it should be written. It's like when the reader reads it, they should, must be able to imagine themselves in that story. Dude, I've read a couple of books, and not a couple, but only a few books, yeah?
Yeah.
But there are very little, maybe I've not come across some good books, but dude, yours was the one. When I was reading it, I could imagine myself, when you tell about when the first bomb came,
Yes.
you were in your school, and then you had to ride back in the bus with your sister back home from school. Dude, I could imagine how it would have been for you. I mean, of course, I don't know how it was for
Yes.
you, but I could imagine myself sitting in a bus and, going through a place where it was so scary. And, when this guy comes, IS guy, and talks to the driver of the bus. Dude, it was so real. And this is one thing I want to know, man. You had no professional training on how to write a book. But the way you wrote it, the way we read it, all the readers must also, feel it. I could feel it, man. And of course, like, you must meet other people who have read your books. They must give back reviews, feedbacks. Dude, it's phenomenal how you've written this book, man.
Thank you for the feedback. I tried to stay in my own language, so I tried to keep it easy. I've wrote it very easy, so everybody can read it and everybody can imagine to be part of this story. And I didn't use any difficult explanations, difficult words. I tried to stay easy and direct. So I had the chance to write whatever was my mind, and that's why I wrote everything down, what I felt, how it was, and how I felt in this situation back then, and that's why this was my will to write easy and to reach people, especially students, especially young people, to share my story. And that's why I tried to keep it easy, but very direct, with a direct message.
And I also think because you write about your own experience, and
Yes.
that's why it's so real, and it's like firsthand I'm experiencing it as a reader, because that's the guy who wrote it about his own. And especially you wrote it in German, yeah?
That's right.
So I think when German readers read it, they also get a new perspective, a new vision on how a life for a boy or for a family who has been struggling in Syria, how it would have been for that person. And you wrote it in their language. So it's like where you're coming. Let's say in Germany, you came to Germany, and German people can now know about your story through this book. So it's also very helpful for them when they want to understand about the background a refugee comes from and why they leave their own home countries, I don't think many people willingly leave their home countries. It's like there are some situations, some things that they want to change, or they're seeking refuge from some bad situation. And people, usually hate people when they come from refugee background and like blah, blah, blah. But it's like once they get to know the perspective, not everyone is bad.
Yeah, every time somebody wants to get known to me, I tell them, hey, read my book, then we can be friends. Because, like you said, there is a reason why I'm in Germany. I had a good life. To be honest, I had a very, very good life back then in Syria. But the situation was bad.
Yeah.
So we had everything. We didn't need anything, but still ended up in Germany, built a new life. My family, we built everything new. So step by step, we bought a house, cars, and everything is good now. It's the journey, how we lost everything, and now how we rebuilt everything, and I hope it's not getting destroyed.
For us also, like we in India also we have refugees, you know, and not everybody has a good or open heart in welcoming them. Also, sometimes you get to hear stories about, you know, bad activities being done by these people, but it's like also we were talking about one fish spoils the whole pond.
That's right, yeah.
It's like for one person the whole community has to suffer.
Yeah, that's right.
But for hosting people like Germany is hosting us, you people, it's like if they read this book, they will know about what kind of background you come from, what was the story behind it. And the best thing is that you want to prove yourself.
Yes.
You're trying to be a part of this new culture. You learn their language and you want to show that, okay, I'm a resource for you also. Because obviously if you perform well, if you do good for this country, they are also happy to have you. And then they're like, okay, we did give them refuge, but they are also trying to give us back.
Yeah, I remember when I told this my teacher, he told me, let's make this famous, let's make you famous. And this was my motivation. He supported me. His name is Guido Kriel. He supported me always and told me, hey, we're gonna make it together. And I was glad because he told me, you're welcome to our culture, you're welcome to our country. And after giving some readings, visiting schools, and I had performances at Theater Bielefeld with a lot of people, 800, 1,200 people. I remember the feeling when I stood and spoke. They were like listening and trying to understand, and this was like a sign of respect, this a sign of you're welcome, we're listening, and we don't judge. So that's fine.
Yeah, that's really awesome, man. Like you talking about these readings and stuff. Tell me what has been the journey for you after you published this book. Like, what was the response, and where else have you performed? Like, how many people? Like, what do you do now? What's your journey has been after the book?
Yeah. So when I told my teacher, he told me let's do it together. Then we found a company where you can publish your book. It's also free. So everything is Germany free if you want to educate yourself. Really, they told me we're gonna take your book, read it once. If we like it, we can even support you with the cover design, with everything you want. Just give us your text. We are trying to publish it for you. And I remember I paid 20 euros to publish the book, and now it's available on every website, Amazon, Thalia, and this is only for 20 euros. So it's not much, really. And the support I had, it was a shame if I didn't publish it. That's the problem, because I had so many support, so many people who thought, you can make it, why not? And after that, the school principal came to me and said, I'm so proud of you, you made us proud. The newspaper came, they wrote the article, took pictures, and then they told me we're gonna do a reading for you in our school so we can organize it. They managed everything, get the catering for me, drinks, everything was ready. A set, they built a set for me, got a camera team, camera team and newspaper were there. And then they told me, hey, you just go on the stage, perform, be yourself, and share your story, share your past. How did you write it? What did you do? And why did you do? What is your inspiration? Why? And I remember they paid almost 2,000 euros only for me to perform. So they took the responsibility to pay for everything, and I was thankful. So what should I do? I performed, and everybody was trying to understand me. They took pictures, and this was my first performance in my own school, Luisenschule. Luisenschule Bielefeld. Really, they helped me. And after that, I got support from teachers, from students there, and like I said, they gave me the chance to prove myself. My talent is to speak, to people, to students especially, so I can maybe give my knowledge, what I have, to them, so they can have a good mindset, because writing is nowadays boring, is nowadays not in the trends. So I try to convince them, hey, reading books. To be honest, I don't read books. I don't like it to read. I love it to write. I read a lot of books, of course, but it's not... writing is better for me, so I can share my head, my thoughts, my opinion. In Germany, you can just share your opinion. There is no problem if it's against the government, if it's against the police, if it's against... But this would be very disrespectful, because this country did a lot for me. These people did a lot for me. Of course, there are assholes on the street, but not everybody is like this. And yeah, the performance was very, very good, very successful. And then I remember the principal came to me, gave me 50 euros, just like this, and told me, I'm so proud of you. And my parents were there, teacher were there, friends cheering, and it was a great feeling. This evening was unforgettable for me, to be honest. We took a lot of pictures. I have videos, pictures, and then my journey started as a speaker, as a writer, but I still was a student. So I focused on my school first, ended my Realschule, and while doing my school, I had a contract with Stadtbibliothek Bielefeld. It's a library company.
Yeah. So
they wrote me an email and told me, yeah, we found you on the newspaper. We're interested to work with you. And I was like, of course, this is a good chance for me to show me and show my books. Show my book. It was one book. And they invited me. I spoke with them. Told them who I am. I gave them my book. They read it, and then we had a contract. So I'm now a speaker. I do readings in schools. They invite me. I have been to school, I think, 22 schools in Bielefeld. Wow. Yeah, and the age is always between 15. So in my age, 15 to 20, and if the support was amazing. It's just crazy. They came to me instead of me going to them. They came to me and told me, you can do this, this, this. If you want, say yes, we're gonna do it. And I told them yes, of course. And yeah, I already said I had performances at Theater Bielefeld, so Theater Bielefeld, and this was the biggest one. It was very, very cool for me to stand in front of 1,500 people.
Wow, man.
Especially older people. I remember when they just told my name so I can come up to the stage to perform. Everybody was cheering, and I got up, and the lights, and it was crazy. So I was like in a dream. Yeah. And then I realized, hey, I made my dream come true. I always wanted to be a football player and very famous. It's the dream of everybody. Yeah. To stand in front of people and play. And then I discovered, yeah, it's my dream to talk to people, to try to explain. Because I'm not only standing for my story, I'm also standing for other people. I'm standing for people who died. I'm standing for people who does not have a chance to speak up because they're still in war, they're still in bad places. And that's why it was a good feeling to do something good, not only for me, for other people too. So I didn't do it because of money. This is the first question I get when I'm reading at schools. There are students, how many did you get? You sell a lot of books, right? And I tell them, no, I made, maybe I can say it, I made 2,000 euros with the book. That's nothing. I could have worked 4 months in a part-time job. I would get the same amount of money. But it was the experience I got, the experience to stand in front of people, to stand in front of students, to speak to them, and to show the reality of some lives, still some lives.
Awesome, man. And like also in this book, it's not just about your story, yeah?
Yes, right.
At the end of this book, there are stories of other people also who have had a similar past, who came from the similar background, had their stories also to share. And dude, it's so heartbreaking because especially after reading your story,
Yes.
and then there are more people coming up through your book
Yes.
and telling their stories as well. It's like, it's not just you, there are other people also, you know? And it was so good. But you did not stop here, man. Yeah.
Yes, right.
There's another book also that you wrote. Tell us about this book, man.
This book, I published this book last year.
Okay.
It's something else. So it's not about war. It's not about children in war and suffer. It's just a love book. So it's amazing.
Completely a romantic book. So this guy
Right.
writes a book about his journey from Syria to Germany, like heart-wrenching, you know, takes your soul. And then it is like another passionate thing about love. And he has never been in love himself. Is that true?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, these are two. I just wanted to prove myself that I can write in different genres. You know, it's called in Germany autobiography.
Autobiography in English.
Autobiography, right? So it's about a person's life, what happened to him, and this one is like it's a fantasy, it's poetry, and I inspired myself by Arabic poetry because me personally I read it. Old poems, Palestinian, Turkish, and I try to translate them, not translate word by word, but try to translate the meaning of it, about love especially.
Do you have a couple of favorites from that you'd like to tell us today?
Again?
Do you have some favorites that you'd like to say? Some lines or poems?
It's in Germany. I can read it if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, of course. Give me
one of your favorites, maybe.
Yeah. I have some English. I can maybe
go for your favorite ones. No worries.
In German, right? Wer würde am längsten an deinem Grab stehen? Wären es die Leute, denen du hinterherläufst?
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Now, if you can translate it.
Yeah, I can translate. It's like, who would stand on your grave? Are these people who you're running after? Yeah. In German, it sounds better. In Arabic, even better. So
say it in Arabic as well, man.
Well, no, I can't do this. My Arabic, like I said, I speak Arabic, so normal language, but I can't read very well. But the speaking is because I never speak Arabic at home. You speak Kurdish or German, and that's why I would also like to improve my Arabic. To be honest, yeah, Germany is already perfect, but I don't want to forget from where I came. Yeah. So that's why I want to improve.
Wow, man. So it does not matter which background you come from, a refugee background or a student background. Country like Germany, it's so open and has so much to offer you. You just have to prove yourself. You just have to be there, show up, and bring out your passion inside you. If you have a zeal inside you, if you have a will, Germany has so many things to offer you. Free education, sponsorship, scholarships. And then there are people like Roni who are very young and have tried to prove themselves. And then the amount of response, the amount of support you receive from the school, from the teachers, from normal people, even like you said, the library approached you to organize everything. And it does not matter if where you come from. If you are passionate enough and you want to bring good to people, if you have a beautiful soul and you want to help other people, everybody would like to help you, especially countries like Germany where they have so much to offer, so many opportunities. Just be yourself, be positive, be a good soul, try to help others. And with these freedom to express yourselves, freedom of speech and everything, it would be great. Germany is a great experience. It changes people. Like I came very later, you came very early in your life, but still we have a new personality that we have found. There's a new way of seeing life. And there's so much that Germany has offered us. And just with a feeling of gratitude, we should try to integrate. We should try to learn the language and, give back to the society, because there's so much that Germany is ready to give you if you're ready to show up.
That's right. This is the only thing we can do to try to fit in, because we came to Germany. We have to fit in, and I'm so thankful that I have these chances, these opportunities, like you said, to do so many with my life. So if this aircraft engineering doesn't work, I can do a lot of other things.
Yeah. And now, like, if I can think about, coming from such a difficult background as yours, but now your dreams are even higher, you want to see the world.
Yeah.
Like, this is the change that Germany is capable of giving a person, like coming from a very hard background, but changing everything, giving them the opportunities, and now they have even bigger dreams.
That's right.
Nothing is stopping them. And people like you, they prove it so much,
Thank
man.
You. Thank you.
I'm really proud of you, man, and having you as a brother, and really go for it.
Thank
and
you,
I will be really waiting for the next book as well. I don't know when you will write it, when your hobby kicks in, but I'll be eager for that book, man.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to say before we bring this conversation to an end?
Yeah, so if the people are interested to come here to Germany, nothing can stop you. So you can come over. Just, you will get chances. You won't be stopped by anyone. You will get so many chances. You have different people, different things to discover, and the experience to be here in Germany for maybe 1 week is enough to see how Germany and how Germans are. And it's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful culture. You don't need to change if you come to Germany, no, but you have to fit in.
Yeah, perfect, man. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man. And I hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Till then, have a nice time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And how do you say bye-bye in Kurdish?
Kurdish, مع السلامة.
مع السلامة.